Alright, what is poppin', people? We're here. I'm gonna do another one of these Pokemon Spotlight videos because honestly, they're kind of fun because I get to just focus on a certain Pokemon in the metagame and I get to divulge a whole bunch of information just about that one Pokemon. And it's just kind of fun. It makes it easier to focus, pretty much. And I was like being able to go into the intricacies of why certain Pokemon are so good, explain maybe my stances on them a little bit more effectively. And so I'm gonna do that for Slowbro Galar, but before I get into that, I am gonna give out a reminder to, please subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. We're very close to 200. Wow, I fumbled over my words really well there. We're very close to 200 subscribers by the end of the year. And honestly, I I am in y'all's what's the word or what's the phrasing? I am very gracious. I'll say that. I'm very gracious for how y'all have been able to support me throughout this year amidst all of the trials and tribulations that we've been facing. I'm at least glad that we've been able to have some fun. But Slowbro Galar, so it should be no one's surprise that I view this Pokemon incredibly highly. I'm one of the people that, push right when we got it, I was like, no, this is broken, ban it. I dealt with some people laughing at me and saying, Lamau, Slowbro Galar broken. And I'm like, yeah, how do y'all feel now? I think more people are coming around to the idea of it being at the very least one of the top. How would I rate it right now amongst everything in the tier? Top 3, probably. Top 5 at the worst. I mean, the only Pokemon that I would even contend with it up there for the spot as best in the tier are Mienshao, and I think everyone knows why there, and then maybe Tornadus. But that's also just because I'm very high on Tornadus as a new Pokemon. But Slowbro Galar is great for a plethora of reasons. For starters, Regenerator is a broken and uncompetitive ability that should never have been added to the game. Regenerator is just... it's undoubtedly probably again, do we consider this a top 3 ability? It adds so much what I'll call faux bulk. And what I mean by that is you try to damage this Pokemon and it doesn't matter. Even something like Mienshao, a mon that I have harped against. And by harped against, I don't really mean that in a super negative light. Like, a mon that I've criticized for its poor bulk and made mention of, yeah, this is the difference between Mienshao Wars this gen and Passimian Wars last gen. Whereas last gen, Passimians were just trading damage most of the time, Mienshaos are trading their lives. Regenerator is super good for even a mon like that that's super frail, because it means you could stave off helmet damage from Pokemon like, say, Palisand, and not care. That makes it an incredible pivot. And Galarbro, obviously, it's not a pivot in the sense of it's pivoting around with a move like Teleport or U-Turn or what have you. But it lets this mon switch into some heavy hitters that it doesn't really have business switching into. Say like Noivern, for instance. Not a heavy hitter, but using strong moves. Something like non-Specs Tornadus you can check. You can take at least one hit from a mon like Toxtricity even. And then you can, over the course of the game, find chances to come in, heal back health, and just generally be a big problem. But even on the topic of ability, Quick Draw is the main reason I want this, that I've been so against this mon. I mean, this combination right here, it gives you like a 50% chance about, it's not, you don't just add the percentages, but from what I understand, the math makes it like a 49 or something. I don't really know how you would do the math here. Maybe it's 42. Maybe it's Quick Draw is the first thing that procs. And so you have 30% chance of it activating. And then if that doesn't activate, then you're working off the 70% chance of Quick Draw not activating. And then you do the math there for Quick Claw. And so 20% of 70%, which is 14. And then you add 30 and 14, and I guess that'd give you 44. I don't know. I'm tired. It's 4:30 in the morning, so I don't really care to sit and do the math. But you get what I mean. A mon this slow, being able to cheese past a lot of its answers just by moving first is kind of silly. And that's the big reason. I think it adds just a very unhealthy element into the tier. But let's move beyond that. So, other things that Galarian has going for it. I think Poison Psychic is an incredible typing. It makes this one of the best fighting resists in the tier. You know, you're taking CCs from things like Mienshao, Beware, and Pangoro for days. Overall bulk, pretty good. 95, 95, 70. Not on normal Slowbro levels of insane, but still really good. Again, lets you scout hits, especially when you're invested in, you know, HP with an Assault Vest or just physical bulk. You've got, and this is a big thing as well, great coverage. Being able to just threaten a wide variety of your switch-ins with super effective damage is really good. And since Slowbro's coverage is also like stuff like Scald and Sludge Bomb, they're not just threatened with damage, they're threatened with, you know, status that's going to cripple them for the rest of the game. Future Sight, if you want to mention another specific move, everyone knows what Future Sight does. It's ever since the damage buff become one of the most integral parts, I would say, of Pokemon. And then a wide variety of viable setup sets makes this mon even more threatening. So the set I'll talk about first, I think I struggle to say if this is the most common set, but if we want to look at, say, Slowbro from Gen 7 and what it ran, I would be hard-pressed to say that this wasn't what we saw it doing most of the time by the end of its stay in U before it rose to RU. That's an Assault Vest set. Now, this is the best, that's how you spell sludge. This is the best way to make use out of Galarian's great coverage. You're going to see most of the time something like this. You get Sludge Bomb because it's just a generally great stab attack. You get Future Sight because it's just really good at synergizing with Pokemon that can prevent the Dark or Steel type from coming in. So you think like Pangoro, Beware, Mienshao. Hell, even a Fire type does it fine enough because our Dark types aren't really bulky, so something like a Centiskorch could be fine to pair with this. Spikes plus Centiskorch plus Future Sight actually sounds really dirty, and I might have to build a team with that now. Hold the phone, hold the phone. Let me get that in the builder real quick. Slowbro, probably Galarian. Oh, who is the Spiker with that? Senti, and then I'm so sorry, but this is a necessary evil. We'll put Roserade in the build for today. Nice sidetrack. But Future Sight's great at forcing switches, synergizes really well with Pokemon. Flamethrower gives this mod some self-sufficiency as well if you just want to fire off the Future Sight and then try to prevent your switch-ins from actually blocking it or at least taking it. You know, hitting Copper Raja, hitting Bronzong. And then Sludge Bomb obviously could threaten things like a Pangoro for some good damage, or a Zoroark if it's trying to switch into you for God knows what reason. And its Scald is just generally a good move. It's your best way of damaging a ground type immediately. You can also switch out for Grass Knot if you want to get a little bit of extra damage versus Gastrodon, although I like Scald more because it's just a dumb move. Threatening burns on anytime you use it. It's just generally really safe. Can help you, again, cripple just generic switch-ins to this mon. Maybe a bulky water type is trying to switch in. You'd probably want to poison that, but it's still status. And then, now we're going to get into the sets that I think are like more scary in the sense of just Galarian's going to win the game in front of your face. And the first one we want to go over is going to be, again, something that we've seen regular Slowbro do plenty times before, and that's going to be just Defensive Calm Mind. Now, hang on, let me spell Sludge Bomb right. This set's annoying because Galarian's bulk, again, lower than regular bros, but still high enough to where you're going to be hard-pressed to take this mon down very easily. The combination of this mod's pretty good bulk, defensive typing, a Resist Berry. Colbur I see the most frequently because you want to be able to take Mienshao knock, even Pangoro knock. You can see Shucca Berry as well though, which has a few different applications. I think it was a little bit better with their Hyperior around, but prevents things like maybe Flygon from revenge KOing you. But this mon becomes very difficult to KO, and because it's got both Regenerate and Slack Off as well, you don't just have to treat it like a win condition. You just have a lot of leverage throughout the game to switch in and fire off two of the most, again, unfun moves in the game, Sludge Bomb and Scald. If Sludge Bomb was not a poison type move and it was a good attacking type, it'd be one of those broken moves in the game. It'd be literally, Sludge Bomb was Scald before we had Scald, but was held back by a, not good offensive type. And that's why you saw all the clamorings for Scald bans back when Burn was OP. This is one of the best pivots at the tier in terms of just walling things like Mian Chao, scouting out super scary strong mons like CB Beware, even CB Goro you can scout well enough. And once you start setting up Calm Minds late game, you've got, again, your decent natural physical bulk, but now you're shoring up your special bulk, so maybe something like a Tornadus can't pressure you down as easily. And now we're going to start getting to sets nobody likes. And by sets, I mean, realistically, one. And we're going to talk about the Quick Claw Quick Draw set. Now, this is pretty much only seen on Hyper Offense in my experience. I'm not going to say you're limited to running it on Hyper Offense, because that'd be a silly claim to make. But it goes something like this. Get yourself a lovely NP Galarbro. Oh, there's all the blue. 384, is that a good HP number? I want this to be a regenerator number. This is a regenerator number. Okay, we're good. But this is such a very good... Is this a regenerator number? Yeah, it is. We'll call it one even if it's not. This set's really good though, because again, Galarbro's coverage is really good between Psychic, Poison, and Fire. I don't think that misses out on hitting anything, at least neutrally. What you get to do here, though, is all the common mons that would revenge kill maybe a Slowbro with the wrong resist berry. Think Flygon, Tyrantrum. What other strong breakers could do it? Pangoro, maybe. Even just something like a Toxtricity could, force its way through Galarbro if it doesn't have the requisite buffs up. This Pokemon decides to say, no, I don't think I'll die today. And goes for it. You get Nasty Plot again. Talking generally Hyper Offense because no longevity, no slack off, no regenerator. You're pretty much going out to set Nasty Plot up and then just fire off your attacks. And so screens are really good with that. Obviously, they help you just set up more effectively, but they also provide you that insurance in the event that you don't get the Quick Draw proc. That's part of the reason that I really dislike this strategy and don't think it has any place at the tier. Because you're just adding that really lame luck element into the game that I don't think we need. You're just adding this whole, alright, time to pray that I get this chance to move first. Sure, we pray for burns with Scald all the time, but like, you could counterplay a Scald burn, I guess. You could switch out. There's not really counterplay to just an opponent going before you because of a Quick Claw or Quick Draw. But this is really good because it has that cheese factor. Because Slowbro's typing natural bulk and the potential for screen support enables it to set up so safely and fire off these attacks and fish for the proccing of either of the quicks, I'll call it. And, Sludge Bomb still makes this mon obnoxious even if you don't get to move first, because, well, maybe it'll just poison their Flygon or whatever, if it's switching, directly into you. I know, I'd say I'd talk about a variation of this set, too. It's not really anything you see commonly. I don't know why this says Slowbro Galar, but all the others just say Slowbro. There we go. And is this a good set or not? You tell me. You tell me. I don't know what the last move is. Help. It's probably this. Yeah. I don't know if this is a good set. Again, gotta outspeed the Palisand. But you also don't want an even HP number. Was I really talking about getting a regenerator number without regenerator? Ooh, I'm smart. Here we go. But I mean, you tell me. Do you think this is a real set? I've run up the OU ladder with this before and it won a game. It must mean something. But you get the point. You set up and you're just praying. But anyhow, I think that's about it. The main things to take from this are that Glowbro is super good for a variety of reasons. It's got two really viable abilities, one of which is just generally strong, and the other enables a lot of cheesy, luck-based strategies. Whole bunch of coverage, whole bunch of general utility as a result of the moves it has, a lot of late-game threat just by setting up, and just a defensive presence throughout the game, regardless really of the set you run, at least between the first two. I hope you guys enjoyed this. In terms of getting out another like PS Live or stream or whatever, we'll see. Should be within a few days though. I just gotta, figure out a team that I actually end up wanting to use. I've been trying to cook up some stuff, but we'll see what I end up feeling I enjoy the most. Because as fun as the last stream was, where I was inting the whole time, I'd like to get some wins, oddly enough. So I try to get at least one. I try to assemble good teams for what I'm recording. But until then, I hope you're enjoying your day, your evening, your morning, your Sunday, your Tuesday, your Thursday, your Friday, because that's what today actually is. And I hope you're living life to the fullest. Until next time, you enjoy this time you have. I'll see you then. Peace.